Hey everyone, Chris here. Thank you very much for tuning in for another episode of Darktoylord Reviews. Today we're taking a look at this Mass Effect 2 Series 2 Legion action figure by Big Fish. Now, if you've seen my other reviews, you already know the story. I'm just looking to add Mass Effect content to my channel. This particular figure is several years old. I no longer have the original packaging. So what I'll do is I'm going to pop a stock image right here in the top right hand corner of what the packaging used to look like. Alright, so that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the action figure. So here he is. He was packaged with his display stand, which he's standing on, plus he has his Mantis sniper rifle. You notice that Mantis sniper rifle was just sitting here. The reason being is because he cannot hold this weapon. His hand is just kind of like an open claw, if you will, that you can slide the gun in there and it'll fall right back out. And when we get to looking at the articulation, you'll see that there's no way that we can position Legion so he can hold this with two hands. It does not happen. So let's go ahead and put this to the side. And another thing I'll comment on now before we move any further is I've noticed as I've been reviewing these figures, I didn't necessarily notice it when I first got the figures because I took them out of the package and I immediately just put them on the toy shelf, and they were there for years. But now as I'm reviewing the figures, I have noticed a steady decline in quality. Series 1 was done by DC Direct and the figures were pretty decent. The second series was done by Big Fish, and they have been lacking in quality. It is almost impossible to get Legion to stand up, at least mine. And I'll tell you why. This joint right here, you can see it just flops around. So that makes Legion completely unsteady on his feet. This is actually the second Legion that I purchased too, or that I've owned. The first one that I got, I took him out of the package and he was mispacked so severely that his right arm was severely warped, and this joint right here, the plastic was all bent out of shape, so the forearm just came off. So I returned it. I got another one. The arm is fine, but yeah, it's kind of got the same thing going on with the knee here, and you can see how plastic right there. See how it's kind of like lifting away? This should not be able to move side to side. So that's a major quality issue. All right, I guess let's go ahead and put that one on the back burner. We'll take a look at the articulation. Legion's head can go side to side. Nothing really in regards to up and down movement, just side to side. The shoulders can go out and they can spin around. He has this cabling on his left arm that does kind of restrict how far back you can go, but it's not that bad. His elbow got 90 degrees there, and his forearm has a swivel in it. Going over to the right arm, he has similar movement in that shoulder, but he does have the N7 shoulder piece here that restricts the movement, so he's not going to get a lot of range out of that shoulder. He has the same elbow articulation and then the forearm swivel. He does have a waist articulation, so he can spin around at the waist. In regards to the hips, not a lot of movement, but you can see the legs can go forward and back. And then he has the knee joint right there. Nothing in regards to a swivel when it comes to the legs, though. Okay, we're just going to get some close-ups of the accessories and the figure. So, in regards to the Mantis rifle here, so I mean, the sculpting on the gun's not bad. The paint application is pretty decent. It doesn't have as much detail as some of the other weapons have had in the series. So that was kind of a disappointment there. But all in all, it still looks pretty decent. I just wish the figure could hold the damn thing. Zooming in on Legion's head. The sculpt is good for sure. I do kind of feel like it's too dark here with his eyepieces. I think maybe if they had some maybe paint in there to show some sort of light effects, maybe. I don't know. It's really awfully dark. I think it should have been a little bit lighter. He does have that hole right through the chest, just like the video game, so that's cool. The N7 armor there. Shepherd's old armor. So, I mean, the sculpt on the toy isn't bad. It's pretty accurate. I think the paint applications could have been a little bit better. The articulation could have been a lot better, that's for sure. And really, I don't think there's anything else I can say about it. I mean, for the completist, yeah, you definitely need to have this figure with the rest of them. As a standalone toy, I probably would have got him as a standalone toy just because Legion is a cool-looking character. I'm just really bummed out about the shoddy quality of the Big Fish figures. I know that they re-released the first series as a Mass Effect 3, but I'm not sure if the quality is any different between the Big Fish versions of the series of those figures as opposed to the DC Direct ones. So there you have it. At this point, I kind of feel like I'm just rambling on and on. Do you have this figure? Is yours as bad quality as mine? Do you have any questions at all? If you do, just let me know down below. As always, I thank you for tuning in, and until next time, we'll talk to you later.